Okay, Activator is a Microsoft Fabric workload in real time. So that is used to create a trigger to your data based on what is happening. Like it lets you to monitor the data, and it also helps you to create triggers to react to your data changes. So this is what an activator does in Fabric. So this is our Fabric workspace. In order to create a activator, first thing is we will create a new workspace. Let me give the name of the activator as. So this will create workspace. So once you create a workspace, like let us take a scenario. Think you are a data analyst of a company like that is selling and shipping a range of products. It can be any product. And a data analyst in that company has you as a data analyst, you're responsible for the data of all shipments and the sales around the city of Redmount. Redmount is somewhere a city in US. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is the scenario. And using Activator, you want to create a rule that monitors the package that are out for delivery. Suppose the shipment is out for delivery, you need to monitor that. How will you monitor that? Using this activator by creating the rules. In this city of Raymond, like we'll focus on a particular category of product. So one of the category of products you're shipping is the medical prescriptions that needs to be refrigerated with a particular temperature during the transit. So whenever this medical prescription is being transported from one place to another, when it is delivering to the customers, it needs to be refrigerated at a particular temperature. You will like as a data analyst, you will have to create alert and send an email to the shipping department if the temperature varies containing that prescription, whether it is higher or lower than the threshold. So like considering the temperature should be like around 33 to 41 degrees Celsius. In this activators, right, every events are already similar to a small trigger. You need to create specifically for one of the package. Like for example, we do have medical prescription, one of the category of products. We'll be creating a particular rule on it. Then we will start the activator actions on it. First thing is we need a sample data to run the activator part. So in order to do that, first we need to create an activator. So in this activator hands-on, we'll be using a sample data set that is already present inside the Fabric, and it is called as the Contoso shipping activator. So Contoso is a company that ships the variety of products from one place to company to the customer. So we'll be creating an activator for that company for a specific category of product. Please remember that scenario, like we'll be creating for a particular city, that is Redmount, and we'll be only creating the rule for a particular group of products, that is the medical prescriptions, that has to be refrigerated and the temperature has to be maintained between 33 degrees and 41 degrees. So for that, click on this new item and search for activator. So in order to track the data, under the track data, we will be able to see the activator item. Click on it. In a minute, this activator will be created. So by default, the activator will have current date and timestamp as the name of the activator, because we are just creating an activator for monitoring the sample data. Now, this is the activator interface. Either if you have ready a KQL database or data in some other form, you can just get the data from there. As of now, we don't have any data like that. And for example, you can get the data from variety of sources, whether it can be event hubs or IoT hubs. And if there are any other data streams along with the event streams, you can just pick it up from there. So as of now, I'll be going with the sample data. So click on this try sample. This will populate package delivery sample, and we can use this to learn about the activator. So if you want, you can just take a tour. So on the left hand side, there's an explorer, and you can see the types of packages and the delivery events, everything on the left hand sides. Like package is the business objects, and these are the attributes under those business. That is current city and delivery items. And then we have the conditions or the business rules under the properties like temperature, or it can be anything, humidity or weather. So under these business things, they have created a particular rule. If the condition matches it, then the trigger will be enabled. So if you can see over here, for specifically for this temperature under the packages object, you will be able to see the too hot medicine condition. So the definition of the of this rule can be seen over here, and the settings also can be seen over here. The definition is applied over this temperature. The under the monitor, you will be able to see under which attribute definition is created. It is created for particularly for temperature, and you can also see the operation is based on the average temperature and the window sizes for every 10 minutes, and the step size is also every 10 minutes. So that is the monitoring configuration. And what is the condition? If it increases above the 20 degrees, whenever this condition is met, then there is a alert sent. Even in that, so there are many things under packages. As I told you, there are many category of products. So here they have taken the special care contents as the attribute under the object, and the operation is whenever the special care products is equal to the medicine category, only then this filter should work. That is how it has been defined. Then comes the action part. Action part is nothing but the way the activator responds to the user, like it can be via Teams or mails or anything. This is how the action has been created. Basically, when the package is too hot for the medicine, the headline will be there and the message will be here, because the this temperature sensitive package containing the medicine has exceeded the allowed threshold, which means that it has crossed this 20-degree. As the temperature has exceeded, it will trigger mail or I mean, here they have put a Teams message. As they would be connected to the organizational account, they would see a pop-up in their Teams message from here. Next will be the monitoring and analysis of the rule. So once the state is selected in the packages, so we can also see the definitions over each of the rules under these properties. Like if you have created over the package ID, you will be able to see, and if you have created the rules under humidity, you will be able to see all the definitions beyond it. Like for example, if I go to temperature, you will be able to see, like for the data that is bought from each of the IoT device. So here in this case, it is an IoT device inside the shipping vehicle. If you just click on one of the IoT devices, you will be able to see the graph of it. So you will be able to see for each and every rule you have created. Like for example, here it is too hot for medicine. So if I take too hot for medicine, and you can see the definition of this rule, and you can also see the graph of this definition. So suppose I can consider this IoT device, then you can see that there is a difference of temperature where it is hitting the range of around 20 degrees Celsius. It would trigger a alert in this condition. So next, so this is the basics of the activator. Like these are the objects and these are the business rules under these objects. Like for each of the business rule, you have to define the condition and you have to define the action. So now, like let us rename this activator as Contoso shipping activator. After that, the next thing is, okay, so let us create one of the objects under this package itself, business object, and we'll create business rule for it, and we'll create an action for it. So we have to check for the events first. This is the package delivery events, which shows which packages are in transit and where and all the request has been created, where the package delivery attempt has been going on, and you can see every timestamp and what is happening for each of the product or the delivery stage of each of the packages or the shippings. So this is something like the data will keep on generating for each and every minute. So as you can see the rule for this, whenever the shipping request is has been initiated, you will be able to see the data that has been triggered over here. Just click on this and you will be able to see the stream of data. This is how a stream of data has been pushed into this event database. So first thing, in order to create an object, something like a package, let us create object name based on the city. We are focused on one city, that is Redmond. In order to create an object, click on this new object in the menu bar. So once you click on this new object, you will be able to see the configuration to build the object on your right hand side. So first thing is, do not create any existing object. So we will create a new object and we'll give name as Redmond package, and the unique identifier would be package ID. Unique identifier for our Raymond package would be package ID. Under the properties, we will select the city and it is a cold chain type, and we'll also select the special care because the medicine falls under the special care, and we are monitoring the temperature. So we'll be selecting all these four properties and we will create an object. Click on create. This will create an object. So now if you come to this Explorer tab, you will be able to see the Raymond package created. Here, this is the Raymond package. And in order to create a rule on this package, you need to select the property. Here, I'll be selecting the temperature as the property. And I'll define a new rule. In order to define a new rule, once you click on the Raymond package, the list of property occurs. Click on the property you want to create a rule. So in this case, it's temperature. So I'll be creating a rule on temperature and then click on the new rule. This will open a definition to create a rule. As we know, we'll be creating on the temperature, and on the condition, we will check for the numerical change. If it is increasing above 20 degrees, and the occurrence every time when the condition is met, I want the alert to be sent. So the occurrences whenever the condition is met. So for this, the action will be email. So as of now, I don't have the access to create a mail. Now we have defined the condition and the occurrence as well. And for that, we will have to set an action. So the action will be via email, and I have given my current demo account has my email. You can also define the subject, and it is the activator alert for temperature alert, and you can also define the headlines over here. The condition for temperature alert has been met. Now, this temperature alert, I'll just change it to medicine temp out of range. So if it is going out of range, this will be triggered now, and you can save and start this. So the rule has been created, but you can also see the rule under this temperature. Like, let's make some more changes on this business rule. Like, we'll go ahead and mention the city name too. So click on this business rule, that is the medicine out of temp, and click on the property filter, and we'll select an attribute that is the city, because I want to only set the alert only for the particular city, that Redmount, and the operation will be equal to, and search for the Redmount. The whole condition applies only for the city, that is Redmount, and the action will be taken care. And along with that, we will add one more filter because there are many range of category of products. So I don't want to apply it for all the category of products. So I'll add one more property filter that will be for special care, and I will give when it is equal to medicine. When the special care is equal to medicine, only then I will need to generate this trigger. And we can also add one more because we are also focusing on the refrigeration, right? So we'll take the attribute as cold chain type, and here we will mention the operation is equal to, and the value should be refrigerated. So basically what we are going to define in our rule is we are going to monitor the temperature, like we need an alert to be created if the temperature increases by meets 20 degrees or goes above 20 degrees. When every time it is touching 20, we need a alert to be sent. So it has to only send a alert only when the shipment is in a city of Redmount, and when the category of product is a special care medicine and it should be a refrigerated prescribed medicine. Only then this action should work. So that is the proper rule we are creating under this Redmond package. So you can just click on save and update. So this will update the rule, and the rule has been saved and updated successfully. You got the message. So the rule is running now. So now what is important thing we need to do is we have created a rule, but we also need to inform the shipping person as well. In order to do that, we have to configure the action to some more things. So we need to just edit the subject as red mount medical package outside acceptable nature range, and in the headline we can give as so in the context of temperature, you have to mention the context. Context, nothing but these are the additional properties so that the alert can be easily identifiable because there will be a lot of alerts created. This will help you to identify what kind of alert it is and what is the subject and what is the header of this subject. So, and you can click and save and update. So now you can see that the data gets updated every like 20 minutes. So let us check last 2 minutes. So you can see the data points would be changing here. The trigger might have activated because it is already above 20 degrees. Let's check for last 5 minutes. So there are a variety of IoT sensors. The reliable IoT sensor would have already sent a message to this email. As of now, I don't have the access to this email. So if you guys have access to this email, you will be able to see this. So that is about creating an activator. First thing is we created activator. Then we just got familiar with the activator screen. Then we saw how to create an object. So redmount package is the object we have created. Then we defined the properties under the redmount package, that is city, cold chain, package ID, special care, and temperature. For the property called temperature, we created a rule. That is, if the medicine temperature is out of range, and we define the rule, whenever its value increases above 20 degrees, then we have to get an alert. And again, we also put a filter to this condition only when the medicine is in a place of Redmount city, and the category of the medicine is under the special care, and if it is a refrigerated prescribed medicine, only then this trigger has to work. And also we configured this action point by giving a proper headline so that it is easily identifiable by the shipping team and as well as the person who is monitoring the dashboard. Okay, we have to keep at least last 15 minutes so that we'll get the data. We could see the temperature is maintained at 20, but the one of the IoT device has gone about 20, then we would have received the alert. 3 minutes. So you will be able to see all the activations or the things over here. This will be the summary, and there's one rule activated is the rule. Everything will be shown here, and it will be sent to this email ID. Currently, where I don't have access to that email ID as of now. So you can see also the temperature monitoring over this graph here. So this was about the activator. So do you have any questions over here?
Nanda, where can we save this graph? Is there a place where we can save it and refer it for the future use or something that?
Okay, I guess let me just. You cannot save this graph. This is a current monitoring graph, right?
Okay. But it is in Power BI.
Yes, it is in Power BI.
Okay.
Basically, this activator will be used by the data analyst rather than data engineers, just to create some alerts and stuff. So what we can do is we can use this bar because on a default, the data of the graph will be stored for 7 days. You can use this option and you can just go through the graph. So you can also custom the settings and you can check for the timeline. The graph will be available in the cloud.
Oh, okay.
By default, there will be a timeline for this graph, like some threshold, like of 7 days or 10 days. After that, the data will be deleted from the current storage. It might be event streams or anything. This is to just test the activator. If you click on start, so you will be able to. Yeah, this is last 12 hours. Let me give just. So this is the difference you can see. If you run it for a bit longer time, you will be able to see a good difference in this. So as of now, I'm going to stop it. You can even delete the rules over here. That is one more thing. If you don't want the rule now to be running, you can even delete the rule by just clicking on this three dots.
That's all for now. Like and subscribe and turn on notifications for future videos. Thank you.